Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to the Dankest Dungeon. So today, in celebration of the upcoming release of Ravnica Remastered, we decided to play a little game where we're going to choose our commanders from the pool of Ravnica Guildmasters. Let's go ahead and see who everyone picked. Hey, what's up everyone? My name's Jason, and today I'm going to be representing the Guild of Azorius with Lavinia Azorius Renegade. And what I'm trying to do here is make sure absolutely no one has any fun. See what I can do.
Hey guys, Corbin's back. Before you all get nettled, I am not playing a Storm deck today, probably. I get it. You're gonna cry in the comments. Deal with it. Instead, I'm playing the best Teysa out of the three that were printed so far. Teysa, Envoy of Ghosts. I was going to play a Lich deck today because I thought it'd be funny, which would have been a Storm deck, but instead I'm going to play Black-White Control because I also think that's funny. So here we are.
Hey, it's Matt. I am here representing the Golgari Swarm using Savra, Queen of the Golgari. Savra has two abilities. One of them is a mediocre amount of life gain, and the other one is Grave Pact. One of these abilities is clearly more powerful than the other one, so I built around the life gain. Let's go.
Howdy guys, it's Nate representing House Demir today. We will see what secrets await my opponents at the bottom of their decks with Szadek, Lord of Secrets.
Welcome to the Dankest Dungeon, everyone. How about we play some Magic?
Yay. I would like to play some Magic.
Awesome. I got an 11.
That's higher than my 5.
I also have an 11, correct.
Go Corbin. Go Corbin.
I don't have a good face-off record against Corbin.
Good.
I got a 6.
Damn it.
No,
Oh, okay. My record got a little better.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
I will keep this hand.
Don't keep bad hands.
This hand is fine if I draw any 1-drops, and the deck is about 50% 1-drops.
No go.
I'm keeping this.
I'm gonna keep the second hand.
I will go into my first turn by drawing a card. Let's play an island, and I will pay 1 for a Spring Leaf Drum. I could tap it and tap a creature to make a mana.
I was gonna say Soul Ring. I was gonna punch him. I was ready. A Flamp. I'll pass.
I am going to draw for turn. Oh yeah, we've done it. Here is a Wood Foothills. I'm going to get rid of it and go down to 39 and then 37. Overgrown Tomb. I can tap Overgrown Tomb for green and cast Arboreal Grazer. When it enters, I'm going to put a land from my hand on the battlefield tap. It's a forest. That's it. Go ahead.
Let's play Fetid Pools, tapped for turn. Go.
I will untap and draw. Go ahead and play a Plains, pay a white and a blue for Lavinia, Azorius Renegade, my commander. She's a 2/2, human soldier. Each opponent can't cast non-creature spells with converted mana cost greater than the number of lands that player controls. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, if no mana was used to cast that spell, counter that spell. Go ahead.
I'm gonna play a Tainted Field, and I'll pass turn.
Green. Skull Clamp. Equipped creature gets +1/-1, and whenever a equipped creature dies, I get to draw 2 cards.
I would like to,
You're gonna Swords my 0/3?
Mental Misstep, your,
My Skull Clamp?
yes sir.
I will instead cast a Heritage Druid then. Pass.
Blue Delta. Ow.
I will respond. This little guy. Archivist of Agma. Whenever an opponent searches their library, you gain 1 life and draw a card.
A 2 Mind Stone. Tap the Mind Stone for an Ozolith that does nothing currently.
I will untap. I'll hit Nate for 2.
Ow.
I'm gonna go ahead and play an island. Pay 2 blue for Counterbalance.
Ooh,
Gross.
beast.
Whenever an opponent plays a spell, I may reveal the top card of my library. If I do counter that spell, the mana values are the same. Go ahead.
I'm gonna play a Temple of Silence, and I will scry 1. I'm passing turn.
I'm gonna hit Jason for 1, because that's all I can do, and
Yep.
I will pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Play Swamp for turn. Pay 2 Mind Crank. When an opponent loses life, they mill them any cards.
Yeah, I'm gonna trigger Counterbalance. It's an island. You're good.
And I will cast a Sapphire Medallion. Blue spells cost 1 less.
I'm gonna fracture your Counterbalance.
Okay. Does that just kill it or exile it?
Yeah, just destroy.
It's gone. Draw my island. Play my island. Let's hit Nate for 2.
Yep.
Pass the turn.
I will play an Isolated Chapel. I have a swamp, so it comes into play on top. Pay 4 mana for a Crypt Ghast. Extort, and whenever I tap a swamp for a mana, I add an additional black. I only have 1 swamp. taking Nathaniel to Pound Town.
For 2.
2. I'll pass.
I'm going to cast Demonic Tutor and give Corbin a card.
Let's go. Pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah, no problem. I'm going to find and play Phyrexian Tower as land for turn, because that's the life we're on right now. I guess I'll just hit Jason for 1.
Cool.
Go ahead.
Mill 1, Jason.
Milling Cyclonic Rift.
Gross.
Get him.
Play Jet Medallion. Black spells cost 1 less.
I will untap and draw. Play another island. I'm just gonna sit back. Go ahead.
I will use this 2 life that you all have bequeathed me with to have Godless Shrine come into play untapped.
You lost life. Mill 2.
Your mama. Debt to the Debtless and Council's Judgment. That's sad. I'm gonna cast Pontiff of Blight. He has Extort. He's a 2/7. Other creatures I control have Extort. I will extort it. Everybody will lose a life and mill a card.
Yep.
And I will gain 3 life. This bad boy comes down. Go to combat. Nate. Take 4. Who says I can't play aggro? I'll pass turn.
Untap and draw. Deathrite Shaman. It does everything. Y'all ready to get stupid? Concordant Crossroads.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh,
All creatures have haste.
World Enchantment.
Everyone has haste.
Thanks.
Even you at home.
You got some more artifacts.
I do. An Altar of Dementia.
It sure is.
Go ahead.
And at least he's out here looking shiny as he's getting beat down.
I respect the drip.
Planes. I'll pass.
Land for turn is going to be Fetid Heath. 6. I will cast Revenge, targeting Nate. I will double my life total, and then target opponent loses half their life rounded up.
Oof.
I will extort twice.
So each lose 2.
Matt and I will mill 2.
Painter's Servant, Crozen Wayfinder.
Academy Rector, Ethereum Sculptor.
Pay 2, reduced by 1. Perplex. Counter it unless you discard your hand. Okay. So I'm gonna lose 12, you're gonna gain 49.
Correct. Go to combat. Take
Again.
6. Ass.
Hey, I found another land. It's Undergrowth Stadium. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to exile target polluted delta. Ashaya, Soul of the Wild. Opponent token is equal to the number of lands I control, and non-token creatures I control are forests and just another other types. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lands. You could kill Nate right now.
You could kill Nate right now.
I don't think that's a good plan, though. I'm going to tap all these for green. I'm going to cast Eternal Witness. Target Skull Clamp in my graveyard. I'm going to tap Eternal Witness and cast Skull Clamp. That's it, pass turn.
I can maybe not die. White of Precinct 6. It gets a +1/+1 for each creature in my opponent's graveyards.
I have 3.
I have 0.
I have 2.
That's all I got.
All right, I will draw a card. I'm gonna pay 2 mana for a Felwar Stone, 6 mana for Farewell, hitting everything but artifacts.
I'm gonna sack the white to altar and Jason mill 6.
Hitting Haven Mind Sensor, Plains, Knowledge Pool, Boundary Inspector, Plains, Soulless Jailer.
Yep.
So I exiled my Knowledge Pool, unfortunate. That's all I got.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
I'm gonna play Flooded Strand. I'm gonna pay 1 life. You activate Flooded Strand. Trigger Mind Crank. I will mill Night's Whisper. I'm gonna get this Plains. 7 mana, Teysa, Envoy of Ghosts. 4/4, Vigilance, protection from creatures. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, destroy that fool. That is the actual text. Create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. I'll pass.
I'm going to pay 4 mana for my commander, Savra, Queen of the Golgari. Whenever you sacrifice a black creature, you may pay 2 life. If you do, each other player sacrifices a creature. Whenever you sacrifice a green creature, you may gain 2 life.
That's your end stuff. I'm gonna rapid hybridization Teysa.
Yeah.
You get a 3/3 green beastie.
Sure, you're still giving me bros to kill you with, but that's fine.
Smaller, bro.
Going to Drown in Dreams. I'm gonna draw 2 cards.
Get that land drop.
Bloodstained Lair. Now, there's another swamp. Pass.
Untap my stuff and draw a card. An island. I'm just gonna play my commander.
Can't say I'm a fan, but can't do anything about it.
Go ahead, Corbin. I hope you have a great turn.
Androl, Flame of the West. +3 +1. Whenever a creature attacks, create 2 tapped white spirit tokens with flying. If that creature is legendary, instead create 2 of those tokens that are tapped and attacking. This beastie is not legendary, but he will be equipped. Go to combat.
He's a legend in our hearts.
Yeah, he is. Hey, Nate. 6.
I die from a beastie.
2 white spirits. I'll pass.
I have a Phyrexian Altar, and I'm going to equip Savra with Skull Clamp. Yes.
So untap these and draw a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
You can stop at any time.
Eye of the Storm. Whenever a player plays an instant or sorcery card, remove it from the game. Then that player copies each instant or sorcery card removed from the game with Eye of the Storm. For each copy, the player may play the copy without paying its mana cost. So unless Lavinia dies, currently you guys can't play instants or sorceries. Or you can, but then the copies will get countered. Go ahead.
Go to combat. Jason, get this work. That's 6 damage coming at you, and then these 2 1/1 spirits will come at Matt. I will make even more spirits. Main phase 2. I'm gonna play the Cabal Coffers. That currently loses me mana, and I'll pass.
I'm gonna untap and draw. Ooh, Caustic Caterpillar. Pay 2 and sack it to destroy target artifact or enchantment. Pass.
Okay, I'm gonna untap and draw. Damn, we got so many ghosts.
The Spirit Squad.
Go ahead.
Go to combat.
Is that an attack trigger?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can just put that on Spirit though, huh?
No.
No,
It's equips as sorcery
Yeah.
spirit.
No, I mean later.
Oh, yeah.
Later.
So it's not like,
You can prevent them from making spirits now, though. Do whatever you want.
I'm gonna do whatever I want.
You know what? Yeah.
Let's see who he swings that at.
You.
Okay,
The bros are coming at Matt, though.
I'll take 6.
And my army grows. I will cast Detour's Nail. At the beginning of your upkeep, put target creature card in a graveyard into play under your control. There's no graveyards. Anyway, I'll pass turn.
I have an exotic orchard. I think we're just on pass.
If you appreciate the content we're creating and you'd like to support us here at The Dungeon, the #1 way to do so is to sign up over on our Patreon page. Some of the Patreon benefits include access to our full deck lists, voting privileges for polls held over on our Patreon, and shoutouts at the end of every video to let everyone know how awesome you are. If money's tight and becoming a patron isn't the best option for you right now, we totally get it. Simply liking our videos or subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, or commenting down below all help as well, and are totally free. Thank you all for watching and enjoy the game. I will draw a card.
What is this game?
4, Supreme Verdict.
Sure.
I will respond
Yep.
by destroying Eye of the Storm.
Yeah, I figured.
Trigger Savra, I'll gain 2 life. I'm also going to sack Savra for a black mana and gain 2 life. But I do get some card draw off Skullclamp.
I'm gonna pay 2 blue and 2 and sacrifice Springleaf Drum for reshape.
So X equals 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grab Reality Chip. Here you go.
Beginning my upkeep, I will trigger Debtor's Nail and get back the only legal target, this thing. I'm going to cast Invasion of Polvada. Whenever Invasion of this place enters the battlefield, return target non-battle permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield, which is going to be this Flooded Strand. It's got 5 battle tokens, and Jason can defend that. Equip the Caterpillar with the Flame of the West, and then I'll pass it.
Viscera Seer, and then immediately eat it for cards with Skullclamp. I'll draw 2. Land for turn is Polluted Delta. I'm going to sacrifice it. Go get a basic swamp. I'm going to pay 2 mana and cast Wirewood Hive Master. Whenever another non-token elf comes into play, I get a 1/1 green insect creature token as well. Then I'm going to pay 2 mana for Altar of Dementia, because someone's got to be on that mill plan.
I'll live on in spirit.
Yeah.
I'm fighting for you, man. Kinda, sorta. Pass.
We're gonna go ahead and cast my commander. 6 this time. Yeah, that's it. Pass my turn.
I'm gonna activate this Flooded Strand at the end of your turn. I'm gonna get a Snowfield Sinkhole. Upkeep, I get a Viscera Seer. Go to that combat step. I guess I'll swing at the battle.
It's down to 1.
And get 2 bros back. We'll cast Black Market Connections. I'll pass.
Land for turn is that Misty Rainforest. A 1 and a 2 and a Priest of Titania. When it enters the battlefield, I get an insect. I'm gonna eat it right away. Tap Exotic Orchard to equip Skullclamp to the insect, and I will draw 2 cards. Green, Wirewood Symbiote. I can return an elf I control to its owner's hand to untap target creature once per turn. I'm going to return Priest of Titania to my hand to untap Wirewood Symbiote, and I'm going to cast it, thus creating another insect. There it is, look at that insect.
Looking at it.
Yeah,
I like what I see.
good. That's all I have, so pass the turn.
All right, I'm gonna untap and draw. Equip Lavinia with the Reality Chip.
Upgrades, people. Upgrades.
Now I can play cards from the top of my library. I will play this island and lick my top card.
Another land.
Yep. Pay 2 for a Duranith Magistrate.
Bro, but I was gonna cast my commander again this turn.
Oh, go ahead.
At the end of your turn, I'm gonna sack one to Viscera Seer Scribe. Time for some black market shenanigans. Make a treasure token, draw a card.
He got so much life, he's gonna make
And
the
then I'm gonna
token.
make a shapeshift.
Oh,
He's only at 90. We've got him.
I'm gonna play a Viscopa Guild Mage. I can pay 3 mana to have target creature gain lifelink until end of turn, and I can pay 3 mana for whenever I gain life this turn, each opponent loses that much life.
Ooh, that's a bad thing for us.
This spirit token's gonna continue to attack Matt, and this caustic caterpillar is coming Jason's way.
Yeah.
For 4. Which will trigger him, and I get 2 more bros.
I will not block.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're not blocking, I have effects. Before damage, I will give this bro lifelink. Whenever I gain life this turn, you guys lose that much life. I will gain 3 life, and you each will lose 3 life. Or 4 life, excuse me. And I'll pass.
End step, I'm gonna fetch Dryad Arbor. 1, 2, 3. Grim Haru Specs. Whenever another non-token creature I control dies, I get to draw a card. Attempt to equip Skull Clamp to Insect. I will draw 2. Land for turn is Prismatic Vista. I'm gonna go get rid of it. Find a forest.
This is so flavorful. Demir's just watching stuff from the shadows.
Lived up to the previous reputation. Got murdered.
Yep.
I'm going to cast Starved Rusalka. Pay green and sack a creature to gain a life. But instead of that, I am simply going to equip it with a Skull Clamp.
Draw 3.
Draw 3 because of Grim Power Specs. I'm going to tap Priest of Titania for a whole 2 green mana. Tap these 2 lands for black mana. And I'm going to cleave a Dig Up. I'm going to search my library for a card and put it into my hand and then shuffle.
I'm gonna path to exile your guild mage
Okay.
person.
I'll get a swamp, so thanks.
I'm going to sacrifice Dryad Arbor for green mana. Trigger Grim Power Specs. I will draw a card. I will use the green mana to cast Sky Shroud Ranger, which will make me an insect. He's back. Activate Wirewood Symbiote to return Sky Shroud Ranger to my hand to untap Priest of Titania. I'll tap for 2 green mana, so I can recast my Sky Shroud Ranger. Green floating, and now I have 2 insects, and I'm going to use the green floating to cast Gilded Goose. That is everything.
Untap and draw. I'm gonna pay the blue for Gataxian Pro. Yeah, Corbin, what you got?
I've got an Orzhov Basilica.
Very nice. I'm gonna pay 1 blue again. This time for a Mystical Tutor.
I'm gonna respond.
Okay.
I'm gonna sack this treasure for green and sacrifice Caustic Caterpillar to destroy the reality chip.
Okay. I'm just gonna put March of Swirling Mist on top. Then I will play an island for turn, and I will pass my turn.
I'll eat Greg here. For Seer to scry 1.
Beginning of your upkeep, I'm going to mill you for 1.
I have to still trigger this though.
Sure.
I'll target the reality chip, and then I will mill this Merciless Eviction.
Good.
Anyway, lose a life. Get a treasure. 2 life. Draw. Lose 3 life. Get another boy. Practice for a blue. Reconfigure the reality chip onto this Viscera Seer. I'll end return as a swamp. I will play Vampiric Tutor.
In response,
Neat.
I'm gonna pay 3 to return the reality chip to its owner's hand.
Sure, this goes on top. Equip one of these shifty boys with a Flame of the West. Going to combat. This boy is running towards Jason.
That's 6.
Yeah, that would be 6. And I get 2 spirit tokens.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to return Sky Shroud Ranger to my hand to untap Priest of Titania. Tap it to gain 3 life with this food. Okay, let's start at the beginning. Sky Shroud Ranger. Trigger. I will make an entire second insect. I'm going to pay 1, and I'm going to equip Skull Clamp to one of the insects. I'm going to draw 2 cards. I'm going to pay 1, equip Skull Clamp to the other insect, and I'm going to draw 2 cards. Oh, that's at least interesting. 1, 2, 3. Tyvar Jubilant Brawler. I can activate abilities of creatures I control as though those creatures have haste. I can +1 to untap a creature. I can -2 to mill 3 cards. Then return a creature with mana value 2 or less from my graveyard to the battlefield. I'm going to minus it. I'm milling Sylvan Library, Takenuma, and Swamp. I'm going to get Caustic Caterpillar back. Tap Priest of Titania for 3 green mana. I'm going to use 2 of it to blow up Dutters now. Trigger Grim Horror Specs, I will draw a card. Activate Symbiote for this turn. Bouncing this to untap Priest of Titania, and I will use the remaining floating green to recast it and make an insect. I'm going to tap Sky Shroud Ranger, put Command Tower into play. The land for turn is Twilight Mire. Tap Twilight Mire to equip Skull Clamp to insect. Draw 2 cards. Metal Sentinel. Tap Priest of Titania for 4 mana. I'll use 2 of it for Earthcraft, which allows me to tap an untap creature I control to untap target basic land.
Don't you make an insect?
Oh, I do make an insect. You're right. Thank you. I'm going to tap Wirewood Symbiote to untap a swamp. tap Nettle Cyst to untap the forest. I'm gonna tap this swamp for black, and I'm gonna use it to clamp the insect. I can tap a green for Sentinel Stalwart. I don't tap Sentinel Sentinel. I'm going to tap Sentinel Steward to tap the Skull Clamp. I'm going to tap this to untap a forest, and I'll tap it for green, and then I will untap a swamp, tap it for black. I'm going to get rid of one of the green, Skull Clamp my insect. I'm going to use both of these mana.
Just give me.
I'm going to cast Fiend Artisan. Trigger Nettle Sentinel, it will untap. I'm going to tap Nettle Sentinel for green. I'm going to use that green to cast Findhorn Elves. Untap, create an insect. I'm going to tap the insect to untap a forest. I'm going to use the green to cast Soul Ring. I'm going to use the Soul Ring, float a colorless, to Skull Clamp the insect. I'm going to tap Nettle Sentinel to untap the forest. I'm going to cast Utopia Sprawl, targeting that forest. Trigger Nettle Sentinel to untap. I'm going to choose black. I'm going to tap this for a black-green. I'm going to untap it. Black-green and colorless to cast Grist the Hunger Tide.
Let's go.
Trigger untap Nettle Sentinel. I'm going to tap this for a black and a green. Tap this for a black and a green. I will untap it again. Green floating, I'm going to cast Netherborn Phalanx. When it comes into play, each opponent loses 1 life for each creature he or she controls.
I will lose
Each
2 life.
opponent.
7.
I will tap it to get a black and a green. I will tap this for a black and a green. I will use 2 black and a green to Grim Tutor, losing 3 life.
Matt's board state looks great. What's that game, Mahjong?
You know you're playing Commander, right? When it turns into Mahjong.
Clamp the Findhorn Elves. I'm going to use a green to cast Elves of Deep Shadow. Trigger, untap Nettle Sentinel. Trigger, get an insect. Tap all of them for mana right now. I'm going to use one of the black to clamp the insect. 2 black and a green to cast Tangle Root. Whenever a player plays a creature spell, that player adds green. I'm going to use one of the other greens, so I have one of each, to cast Boreal Druid, doing an untap a insect. Tap everything for 6, and I get a green off of the Tangle Root. I'm going to use one of the green to clamp the insect to draw 2. I'm going to use one of the green to cast Arbor Elf, which will get me the green back, and then insect untaps, make 6 mana. I'm going to use one of the black to eat this insect for 2 cards, one of the green to eat this Boreal Druid for 3 cards. I'm going to use a green for Elvish Scrapper, which will give me my green back, and an insect, and tap them all for 6 mana. I'll use one of the black, clamp the insect. I'm going to use one of the green to cast Ravenous Squirrel, which will give me a green back and untap Nettle Sentinel, but I'll make 4 mana. I will eat the squirrel, 3 cards. Use a green, get a green back, also a shepherd, make an insect, tap for 6. One of it to eat this insect. A green to cast Elvish Mystic, which will untap this and make an insect. I'll tap all these for 6 mana, and I'll use a black mana to eat this insect for 2 cards. Green and a black to green sun for 1. I'm gonna find Essence Warden. This does untap because I cast a green spell. I get the insect too. Grab an insect. I think I figured out how to win the game. I'm going to sacrifice Sky Shroud Ranger to add a green to my mana pool and draw a card. I'm going to sacrifice Wirewood Symbiote to add a green to my mana pool and draw a card. Nettle Sentinel to add a green to my mana pool and draw a card. Priest of Titania, Arbor Elf, Wirewood Hive Master. These dorks. The Swan. This thing. Add a green with this. Add a green with this. Add a green with this. Keeping this in play. That's going to be important. Creeping Renaissance. Choose a permanent type. Return all cards of the chosen type from your graveyard to your hand. I'm going to choose creature. Look at all those creatures. I'm going to replay all of these cards. These are free because of Tangle Root. All of those. I'm going to cast Caller of the Claw to get a 2/2 green bear for each non-token creature that went to my graveyard from the battlefield this turn. So I'm going to get this many bears. I'm going to finale for a lot.
32 creatures are getting plus 22, plus 22.
Are you swinging any of those at me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Hold on. I might not be able to do that.
You can't do that because of Lavinia.
Because of...
Oh.
You
From
can't
passing.
finale for X equals 32 or whatever because he doesn't have 34 lands.
I'll
Ooh.
minus Grist and kill Lavinia.
Okay, there you go.
That's why I did that, but now I can.
Are you going to swing in the battle?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
And Matt is able to play a riveting game of Mahjong by himself to propel himself to victory. Good job, Matt, and thank you all for watching. See you next time.